As of today, the warrior is actually the fastest class for Act 1 speedruns. Throughout this, I will show you several pieces of small tech just like this, removing your shield to not lower your movement speed as you run up to Miller. At the same time as I've been doing my own runs, I've been watching the greatest runners. A plane named Angormus started using concentrated effect instead of rage to support default attack. I mean, it's genius. It's 40% and always up. 30 damage on a short cast time at range, causing an action speed slow. Getting Frostbomb early might be unintuitive, but getting boneshatter isn't. It's gonna be your main skill throughout the run. Killing devourer isn't mandatory, but it's a guaranteed support and you'll make up the time with the 40% extra damage against areagne and the Rust King. If your auto attacks kill trash mobs instead of prime them for a heavy stun, you won't be able to use boneshatter. I just move concentrated effect around if I need to. Our second support is gonna be martial tempo. It helps our DPS against bosses, and it makes the clear of the red veil safer paired with boneshatter. As we get a random support drop, we cut it into impact shockwave. We need to actually remember to move martial tempo if we want it to help our boss DPS. As soon as I hit 6, I'll make use of the guaranteed level 3 skill gem from Rust King. It'll become a Shockwave Totem gem, allowing me to move on from rolling slam. In the tomb of the consort, as in his place, there's a guaranteed support drop. Knowing where in Act 1 you can get guaranteed supports and skills is a big part of Act 1 speedrunning. It's all in the Google Sheet. Draven's swipes will make sure you've learned dodge roll. Now look at this sick tech. Yeah, that was it. But skipping his 2-minute monologue feels good. If you can do rest of Act 1 without the lost one, you can leave Lachlann's ring on the ground. He'll be resurrected once you enter Act 2. As we want to start using shield charge, we need to set up automatic weapon swapping. Even if we find Praetor first, we go to the farmlands to pick up Una's lute first. We want those 2 skill points and the extra experience before heading into Praetor. At this point, if you're a bit short on supports, the Dryadig Circle is a guaranteed one. In Praetor, I'm happy to have swapped over from Rolling Slam into Shockwave Totem. The totem will help draw some aggro, and it will prime monsters for heavy stun even when you're swarmed. We don't really need it, but we'll cut Herald of Ash anyway. The Executioner has a guaranteed support drop, and the latest will award you with a level 5 skill gem. I try to hit level 14 just as I reach Candlemass. Perfect Strike is a big damage increase. We support it with Window of Opportunity, Fire Infusion, and boost it with Infernal Cry. Act 1 speedrunning has been a surprisingly enjoyable minigame to me, especially running Act 1 as a warrior. If you're anything like me, your first few runs will be 2 hours, 1.5 hours, but then you'll get going. Remember to report back with any sweet tech that you find. I'll make sure to gather it all in the sheet. Try to not face tank that shit. Now, look at that. I'm sure you can do better. Get running.
Allow me to clear your mind, if only for a moment.